Quick preview of the belt tensioner SimHub plugin that I'm currently working on and testing. This adds a number of features to the system that weren't there before, including game and vehicle profiles. So you can now create tuning profiles specifically for vehicle classes or games. We've got a very basic auto-tuning feature, which is going to help you to set those profiles up automatically based on telemetry output from a game and vehicle. And we also have an updated graph with better colors, but also the ability to toggle certain data on and off, and also a live output of the belt tensions of each channel. So you can see the impact of your tuning. So to quickly demonstrate the profile system, here you can see we've got a default profile that's for every game and every vehicle type that is always there. You can't delete that one. You can adjust its settings to become a base profile. If we want to create a game specific one, we would select our game. Let's go to Evo here. So now SimHub has selected that game. We'll go back to our tensioner. Because we don't have a profile for that game yet, it's still using the default one. If I want to copy any of these profiles to the current game, I just click on the copy game button. It's going to ask me if I want to override the name. That's fine. So it's created now a game specific profile based on the one that we copied. And in this case, it's an all vehicle profile because we didn't have a vehicle selected at the time. Once we do select a vehicle in a game, we can then click on one of these to do a vehicle specific profile. And if I change the game again, let's go back to grid. You can see it's gone back to the generic profile because although we have some grid profiles for specific vehicles, we don't have a generic one for that game. So we can do the same again. We could copy it, Codemasters grid, and there we go. We've got a generic profile for grid now with all vehicles. If I were to go into a replay from grid that I've taken before, and let's select one that I've already created a profile for, you can see it's automatically chosen that profile straight away. Now, various games report their vehicles or vehicle selections in different ways, and there's some irregularities there in terms of the names they give them and whether they report them at all. So you do have the opportunity to rename these when you pick them. I found games like BeamMG don't seem to report vehicle classes at all, so you will not be able to create a vehicle specific profile in that case. But you can see now, because I've got a replay open for grid with a vehicle selected as far as grid is concerned, I've now got the opportunity to clone this to a vehicle specific one. However, because I've already got a profile for that, it's not going to let me do it. As you can see here, we've got a live plot of the data. This has been updated. We've now got the actual belt tension output, left and right channels, and that's also plotted here, although we can, if we want to, remove that so we can focus on one particular thing. This will always be there, but if we want, we can also have a historical plot of the torque values as well. As for the auto tuning, this is intended to be used as a starting point for custom profiles. So if we go back to the beginning of this replay, where it's not putting out any telemetry, if I enable auto tuning now, it will reset these sliders to the minimum values, like so. If I then start the replay, you can see they'll start expanding automatically to accommodate the values that are being reported by the game. And this has some smoothing applied to it, so it's not going to literally use the maximum and minimum values it finds. You can see here with these spikes, it's not going out to those extremities. It's only capturing the bulk of the data that we're getting. And if we let the game, although I'll get live gameplay, or in this case a replay run, you can see it's going to continue expanding those. So ideally you want to drive as aggressively as possible in these auto-tuning sessions to try and get the maximum output that you're likely to experience in-game. Once we're happy that that's worked, we can turn the auto tuning off. What I'm going to do here is just fast forward to a section where we have quite excessive heave values, just to demonstrate how that's adjusting automatically. And again, you can see the spikes are being cropped off there, that one in particular. Once we're happy that auto tuning has done its job, we can switch it off. Note that we want to keep this replay open because, well, one, if we want to manually tune these values now, we still want to see this output. And two, we need to make sure that the game still considers this vehicle class selected, otherwise it would jump to one of the other profiles or the generic profile here. In this case, we probably want to increase the heave range to allow these big jumps in this game to be mapped appropriately to the torque output. But otherwise, this auto-tuning forms the basis of a good starting point for your manual tuning.